So we're about to get into these rules, all right? 5 rules that's going to help you all stay on point with your diet when you're going out to eat on Friday night, Saturday night, whatever night that is, but also so that you can enjoy what you all are eating, all right? A lot of us don't have a problem with staying on point with our diet throughout the week. You know, Sunday through Thursday is smooth sailing. As soon as the weekend comes, we lose our mind. You know, Friday night, we forget we on a diet or that we got fat loss goals or just, goals in general when it comes to how we want to look. So these are 5 rules that I use and I developed over time to help me stay on point when I'm dieting. Number 1, so let's say it's Friday. Actually, today is Friday. So let's use today, for example. And you have this event that you're going to be doing. Let's just say you're going on a date. We'll use a date or a group date, right? Double date, triple date. You're going to be there with 6 people. A lot of us want to be able to enjoy what we want to eat on that night. That dinner comes, right? We don't want to have these little baby meals. We want to be able to actually eat what we want to eat. So what I recommend that you do throughout the day on Friday is to intermittent fast, right? And this is specifically for this type of protocol, as opposed to having to restrict everything that you eat once dinner comes. Do a full day of fasting, all right? And when you do a full day of fasting, what you're doing is you're saving all of those calories. Let's say you got 2,000 calories for the day. You're gonna save the majority of those 2,000 calories so that you can have for that dinner, all right? And this is for example, I have an online client. I'm not gonna say her name. Maybe she don't want me to say her name, but her birthday was last month, I believe. I believe it was last month. And she, our Friday check-in, she said, hey, my birthday is next week. I don't want to, I'm letting you know right now, I'm going to be off my meal plan. And I was like, that's completely fine. I get it. It's your birthday. It comes once a year. So go ahead and enjoy it. But I told her to follow this for that full day, because she said she was going to be drinking. She said she was going to be having dessert, all that type of stuff. I said for the full day, try to fast as much as you can. If you feel you find yourself getting hungry, have like some fruits, low-calorie fruit, which is what we usually recommend. But fast the majority. Save those calories for that dinner. So that way you can have a way bigger meal or double, seconds, and you don't have to worry about, limiting your calories as much because you got 2,000 calories to work with or whatever amount that you have while you're dieting, all right? So that's number 1, intermittent fasting for that dinner. Saving all those calories for that full day on Friday for that specific dinner, all right? So that's number 1. Try to do that. Now, number two is having a pre-meal. Now, what is a pre-meal? A pre-meal is basically the meal that you have before that time comes. So let's say you're going out tonight at 7 p.m. for your dinner, right? You're going to be with a group of friends. You're going to be out socializing and such, as opposed to waiting for that time to come and you starving yourself, you're getting super hungry, you've been fasting the whole day or whatever. Have a pre-meal prior to that outing, prior to 7 p.m. tonight. And a pre-meal don't have to be anything crazy. It can literally be like a smoothie like this, something that's high in volume, low in calories, something that you can easily consume that will curb your appetite going into that dinner. Because a lot of times we get super hungry, we get ready to go, and once we get there, once it's time to order, our eyes get super big because we, in our mind, are super hungry and we know we're gonna want to eat a lot of food. So have a pre-meal prior to that. Now, for the specific pre-meal that you have, like I said, it can just be like a smoothie. It could be a big old salad. It can be something that, again, is low in calories, but you can eat a lot of it. We call these high volume, low calorie meals, all right? So if y'all have access to the Pocket Coach, which is our monthly program, our monthly coaching program, the low ticket one, where right now it's like $15 a month, but we add lots of recipes inside the virtual kitchen every month. So that pre-meal that you have, it can be from the Pocket Coach. So find a pre-meal that's low in calories that'll help you stay on point, that'll give you some satisfaction prior to that dinner. So that way you're not over consuming once you actually get there. All right, so have that pre-meal. It could also be some fruits. We always recommend for all of our clients to have melons, because melons, you can eat a lot of melons for very minimal calories. All right, melons are honeydew melon, cantaloupe, watermelon, whatever you want. A lot of it, you can have like 500 grams for like 100 calories, which is like a lot of melon, right? Or it could also be like berries, strawberries. It can be, strawberries are usually the lowest calories that you can eat a lot of. So You can have strawberries, you can have all type of things, right? So these are food options that you can pick prior to that meal that will help curb your appetite. So once you get there, you don't go crazy, all right? This is for when you're dieting, for when you're trying to lose fat, so that you don't overeat, but you can still enjoy what you plan on having once you get there. All right, so have that pre-meal. Number one, intermittent fasting, saving the majority of those calories for that day on Friday for that dinner. Number two, having a pre-meal prior to that dinner so that you're not starving once you get there. And the only thing that you're thinking about when you get there is eating, all right? That pre-meal will help satisfy you for a little bit before that time comes. So once you get that menu, you're not reacting off of this urge for this hunger and ordering up everything, right? You're a little bit more calculated. You can make a better decision. All right, so that's number two. Let's see where we at. Number three. All right, number three is customize your order. So once they bring that menu, you're already fasted for the day, you've already had your pre-meal. Once they bring you your menu, now it's time to customize. All right, the goal of the restaurant, usually, most of the time, the goals of the restaurant is to make sure that you enjoy your experience and that you enjoy the food. So most of them have no problem with customizing the meals. And they understand that different people have diet restrictions and different ways of eating, especially now today, right? It's not like it was like 20 years ago or whatever. They understand that certain people are going to want to be eating certain ways. So you don't have to just take whatever they give you on the menu. Although it may say this is the meal, this is what you receive with it, you can speak up and say, hey, I don't want this included, all right? How do you all make this? Do you make this with oil? Can you replace this with whatever? You can get creative and customize your meals. For example, I'm not saying that you have to not have the burgers. I recommend that you have what you want if it's going to help you stay on point this night. If you have that burger and it helps you stay on point for the next 4 weeks with your diet, I'd rather you have that burger. But instead of just having the burger with a whole bunch of sauces and the fries and everything, customize it. Say, hey, I want the burger, but I don't want the French fries that come with it. Give me some sauteed broccoli. That's going to save you like 400, 500 calories just from those fries. And that's on the low end because most of the fries aren't like baked. They're deep fried, right? So those calories that come from that deep fried oil, that's going to save you a lot. So have something that's a little bit more customized. And that's just one example, but you can add, subtract different things on the menu. It's there for you to be able to play around with, right? You're going there to enjoy your experience. So more than likely, they'll be more than happy to meet whatever it is that you're trying to have satisfied. So ask for customizations. Don't just take it. And the other thing is, a lot of restaurants now, they're starting to put the calorie amounts on their menus, some of them, but most restaurants' goals are not to have you on point with your fat loss plan, right? That's not what they're optimizing for. They're optimizing for taste and to make sure that you enjoy the meal so that you can tell other people to come to their restaurant, which is not a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. But just keep in mind, the meals that they have there is not for you to specifically eat because you're there to lose weight. Like, it's for you to enjoy your meal and it tastes really good. So just keep in mind when you're picking certain things, pick the things that are usually lower in calories, but you can still enjoy it and not feel like you're restricting yourself, all right? So keep that in mind. Number 4 is once you actually get your meal and it's there in front of you. So let's just recap. Number 1, we're intermittent fasting for the full day so that you have the majority of those calories. Let's say you got 2,000 calories for the full day. You don't eat none of them until dinner comes or before dinner. And then you have that pre-meal. So maybe that pre-meal is like 300 calories. So once dinner comes and you're there in the environment, you're there with your friends or your date or whoever, you can enjoy your meals. You can enjoy what you're about to have. So in that moment, once you actually customize your meal, which is number 3, and you actually receive your meal, now it's time to talk and engage, all right? Don't sit there with your head down and devour whatever you got. Like, actually interact with the people that you're around. And this is going to keep you from eating your food so fast that you literally consume it within 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or whatever it may be. Because that's not the goal. You don't want to eat so fast to the point where you are done with your meal before everyone else around you and you're looking and you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna order seconds. You don't want to be doing that. You want to put yourself in that situation. So talk, engage. Remember that you're there with the person that you're there with for this dinner night, for Friday night, Saturday night, wherever you're going out. And the goal is to interact with them and talk with them. So while you're eating, take a bite, take a drink of your water, and then put the fork down for a minute, and then talk and socialize. Take another bite, grab some more water, drink, talk, put the fork down, and that's how you want to do it. You want this experience to, at minimum, be like 15 to 25 minutes for you to finish your meal. You don't want to finish your meal within the first 3 to 4 minutes. And the reason for this is because, on average, for the majority of us, it takes about 15 to 25 minutes for our brain to send a signal down to our body and our stomach to recognize that we're starting to get full, right? 15 to 25 minutes. So if it takes that long to send that signal down to recognize, okay, I'm eating and I'm starting to get full, I don't need that much food, but you eat your meal within the first 5 minutes, what do you think gonna happen? You're gonna then be like, oh, I'm done. 7 minutes go by. I'm gonna go have seconds. I'm gonna go have some more because I'm still hungry, right? And that's when you start to lose control. So when you start to slow it down and you're interacting with the people around you, this makes you realize, okay, I don't have to destroy everything right here, right now, right? I can space it out a little bit. I can talk, I can mingle, I can interact, I can drink a little bit, I can, eat my food, but not overindulge in it. And again, these are from personal experiences because I was always that person that get my meal and it's conversation over. It's time to eat. I'll talk to y'all when I'm done. That was always me. But you want to keep in mind that in order for you to be able to stay on point, if your goal is fat loss, for example, for you to stay on point and not overconsume, talk with the people, enjoy the environment, right? Enjoy the vibe, whatever it may be, like interact, socialize. And that's going to keep you from eating so fast that you eat your meal within the first 5 minutes and you're not giving your body a chance to realize that it's not as hungry as you may think it is, all right? So the next thing is, wow, I didn't know the 15-minute thing. Yeah. So, it just gives yourself a chance to process what's actually happening, your body to process what's happening. You're filling yourself up. So don't consume the food so fast that you don't allow yourself to recognize. Because think about it. How many of the times that you've had where you then started eating and you did stop eating for a while and then out of nowhere you were still hungry, but then a few minutes later you're like, oh, well, I guess I'm not hungry, that hunger kind of goes away after a while. So that's was that number 3 or number 4? I think that was number 4. I'm going to throw a bonus one in there that kind of goes along with that one, talking and engaging. Be the last person to finish your meal, all right? You should not finish your meal before anyone else around. Make it a game almost, like they have to finish all their meals, whoever you're having dinner with, before you finish yours. And this kind of go in line with the last point. Because if they finish their meals first, you're dragging your meal out a little bit more, right? So if you're dragging yours out a little bit more, this allows your body to realize that you're also processing this food and that you're probably not as hungry, right? You'll be less likely to grab a second plate or to order more or something different, all right? So drag it out a little bit. Everyone else around you should finish their meal before you finish yours. And that should be a goal every time you go out and socialize. And the reason that you're going out and for dinner, whatever restaurant it may be, is because you're going out with that person. So treat it that way. Make it not about the food that you're eating, make it about the experience that you're having with whoever you're there to socialize with. All right, so like I said, these are those things that just help me stop from overeating and overindulging in food that's going to have me regret it the next morning once it's over because I just ate back all the calories from the full week of me dieting with one meal or one night, one outing, right? And then you got to restart the next week. So these are just things that you can keep in mind as you're out on that dinner, or you're out on that date or that birthday event, whatever it may be, all right? And then the last point, if you do opt for desserts, if you want to have desserts, for example, let's just say cake or something like that, keep in mind the way that they make desserts now, again, they're not optimized to help you lose fat. That's not their goal. They're optimized to be the best tasting thing so that you tell everybody else to come and experience that best tasting thing. And most things that are best tasting are really high in calories, all right? They're not low calorie items. Some of these desserts are easily 1,000 calories, 1,200, 1,500 calories, right? Especially like these cakes that they make, and let's just say you have one slice. That's keeping that in mind. Most people don't have one slice of cake, or they have one slice, but it's a huge slice, or ice cream, or whatever it may be. So keep in mind, whatever this item is that you're having, The main point of that is to share it. All right. Let's say you're out on a date. Whatever you decide to order for dessert, if you can, just skip dessert. All right. But if you decide to order dessert, share it with whoever you're with. So let's say it is 1,200 calories. You just split that 1,200 calories and turn that into 600 because you're sharing it with the person that you're out with. All right. And that makes the experience a little bit more personal. If you're out on a date or whatever, it makes it a little bit more intimate or whatever it may be, or more fun because, you know, you just bought dessert, you have half of it, you gave the other half to the other person, and it's a treat, all right? So keep that in mind. That's a way to easily cut your calories in half for that dessert and stay on point as well, all right? So that's what I got. That's the main thing. A good way to implement rules that you can apply and that are actually practical and applicable to the situation. You can take these things and actually do them, and you will reap the rewards if you apply them, all right? Keep these rules in mind when you're going to your next, dinner or whatever it may be, your next outing, whoever you're going with, family events, whatever, it doesn't matter. Keep these things in mind and remember them, all right? This is going to help you stay on point for the long term. This is going to help you not overdo it, and it's going to keep you from feeling anxious and overwhelmed about, oh, I got to go out tonight. Oh, man, I can't have anything or whatever. Use these things that I'm telling you. I'm telling you them for a reason, all right? This is stuff that I had to develop and learn so that I can stay, lean and I don't overdo it, right? Because I have overdone it lots of times. I'm speaking from experience. These are things that I had to put in place in my life so that I can, be able to build the body that I want and not feel so anxious when I'm going out to dinner or whatever, right? Know how to control and how to navigate the situation. And it's always about having those type of strategies to navigate and know what to do next, all right? It's not just about when you're dieting. That's why I always say, like, with the coaching, it's so important because it's not just about knowing that you're supposed to be in a calorie deficit. Yeah, everybody knows you're supposed to be in a calorie deficit for fat loss. Whoop-de-doo. But how do you apply it, right? What type of strategies and structure and systems and just like plans that you have for each situation in your life, because they're going to come, all right? These situations are going to come. You need to know how to handle them so that you can continue to reach your goals, but also so that you're not driving yourself sane or depriving yourself from the things that you really do enjoy, and then that leads to you binging later on down the line, all right? So I hope this helped. Let me know and comment down below what was the biggest takeaway from this video for you. What was the most beneficial thing that you can take and apply tonight if you're going to go out, all right? Share this because somebody else needs this video. Somebody is going out tonight and they are going to ruin their progress from this week if they don't see this video. And it's going to be your fault because you're not sharing it. So share it. You're going to save somebody. All right. Follow me on Instagram, Mogul Naj. Built by Plants Clothing, builtbyplantsway.com. And for coaching, fat loss coaching, building muscle, gaining some size if that's your goal, whatever it may be, we have plans and programs and strategies for every single person, every individual, regardless if you're 100 pounds or 400 pounds. We help them all right? Link is in the bio or description, builtbyplantscoaching.com. See y'all next time. Peace.